Oh my, who wins this 1v1? Superior Iron Man Tony Stark or Ultimate Universe Reed Richards, aka the Maker? Oh! That's what my boy Jordan wanted to know, and if it's the same Jordan I'm thinking of, you know I got you, my boy. So you want to know two things. Which of these two guys is smarter? And also, which of these two guys is more of a threat to their universe or multiverse at large? And 100%, without a speck of doubt in my mind, the winner is the Maker. But why? The Maker has done everything that Superior Iron Man has done, plus a lot more. Let me explain. Superior Iron Man is what happens when Tony no longer cares about the ramifications of what his technology does to society. Tony taps into extremist tech, as well as the infamous Endosim armor, a fully liquid smart metal armor that hardens instantaneously on connection, being able to surpass any armor that he had prior because it is built off the building blocks of the symbiote, not only being able to merge directly to his body, but also operate completely psionically. One of the first things that he does that's extremely evil is that he releases an app called the Extremist app that has a techno virus within it that allows one to transform themselves into the very best version of themselves. I mean, you can change your beauty, muscle tone, and health. In the first day of releasing the app, he had the entirety of San Francisco completely hooked on it. He built a new version of Stark Tower in Alcatraz that looks similar to the Starship Enterprise but fused with Dialga. Pretty clean. Pepper already knows something is up because she's like, let's talk about this app and what's up with that suit. And sure enough, a panic breaks out all over the city, right on cue. He says, oh, I won't make a lot of money giving away things for free. I plan to make a lot of money. Huh? Everyone screaming, please give it back. Pepper like, what did you do? Tony's like, yeah, they seem to like my app a lot, but the free trial is over. It's $100 a day. And this was all just one big lab experiment, saying, I just wanted to watch. Do you have any idea what they'll do to get that back? Sure enough, the whole city is outraged, to a point where one brother's so mad that he walked up and put a blick to his face. Blam! Daredevil tried to stop him. He got no diffed. After foolishly thinking that he could sneak into Stark Tower and tranquilize him after a party, Daredevil brought him to a secluded location where technology would not be able to reach, but he did not understand that he has the symbiote. It operates differently than any technology that Daredevil could understand. Zap! And when Daredevil finally comes to, he realizes that something is wrong and that his fate is far worse than he could have imagined. He could see again, and Iron Man's so arrogant that he says, you're lucky, the first thing you get to see is me. Before he did all that, he released drones that would track everybody's movements across the city, identify who you were, and if you were a potential threat.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Then he pulled out the Superior Iron Buster. He's captured again just so he can do a Daredevil bait and switch 2.0 in Aura Farm. He has an emotionally intense, gritty fight against Captain America. But that's pretty much it. Meanwhile, this nth level demon has way more ridiculous feats that would be hard to list all in one video. But let's name a few. Starting with that endosymbiotic armor that Iron Man has, he had one similar. Not only did it directly worry Venom and Eddie because they couldn't sense it at all because it was created artificially in a lab. He goes on to no-diff Eddie and Venom with a hand behind his back, separating them like the Ancient One did Strange. The Maker was literally sliced up by Molecule Man, and his parts were spread across the multiverse. He is in every universe in all timelines, and he is trying to reunite with those other slices. I know some of you may ask, why did Molecule Man do him like that? Now that's a good question. This is majority of the reason why Superior Iron Man loses this battle. This brother started incursions as his lab experiment. The collapse of the multiverse, universes crashing into each other, causing the death and destruction of millions of civilizations, leading all the way into the 616 universe. This brother got abilities and technologies that go far beyond anything I have seen from Superior Iron Man. Like, one of the things he has is the Children of Tomorrow, collection of superhumans that he was able to create within the city, where he only has a few rules that take on the ideology of Charles Darwin, survival of the fittest. You can either adapt and evolve, or
and I don't mean it metaphorically or rhetorically or poetically or theoretically or in any other fancy way.
Children are ridiculous too. Not only do they have varying superpowered abilities like mutants, but they have these crazy Titanfall Matrix Reloaded armors. They were able to walk down all of this universe's Asgard, even putting the All-Father Odin in a pack. This is the only brother who has ever stunned the High Evolutionary 3 times while talking about evolution, calling him by his first name Herb and letting him know that his evolutionary technology would help him achieve his endeavors. What was that? Evolving the entire multiverse. A High Evolutionary knew he was in trouble. He tried to back out and it was already too late. The Maker said, yeah, I already got guys on my team that would take your head off as well as Galactus. I'm not even talking about the team he has controlling the Ultimate Universe right now. We talking about brothers like Moradon, entities from the 5th cosmos, and the new creations he has made within the city. At this point, he has hyper-evolved armies beyond your wildest imagination. The Children of Tomorrow, clones of the entire Avengers, including Captain America, Iron Man, Wasp, Ant-Man, and Thor, including a full army of Celestials. You know the Maker is bad news if he teamed up with the Cabal and Thanos. Once the brother made it back to his own universe, he started hopping through different canon points of time and space just to make sure that certain superheroes did not achieve that level of power that they were supposed to in the original timeline. Some of his most infamous ones being him catching the spider before it bit Peter Parker, lobotomizing Iron Man, torturing this universe's Reed Richards to a point where he disfigured his face and lobotomized him, forcing him to become this universe's version of Doctor Doom. And this goes for every hero in the universe, including the Ultimates. We don't know how many heroes he truly affected. Thor was never king of Asgard. He literally was stuck in prison. Captain America never made it out of the ice until very recently. I'm not really surprised by this because of their relationship in the past and how he's treated Sue, but my brother Namor didn't get a second chance. That brother posted up on the wall like he had a Bass Pro Shop. Luke Cage was in a similar situation as Thor, prison for life, until Iron Lad showed up and awakened his powers. It don't change the fact that that brother is built like...
Where does your strength come from?
The Maker was able to go up against Sunspot. The Maker caused so much damage in the future of the multiverse that the ultimate version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm talking about a ridiculous version of the team. We're talking about an OP Star-Lord, a crazy Captain Marvel, Cosmo the Superdog, and the new character they introduced called the Ultimate Nullifier. And yeah, they're teleporting in from 4,200 years in the future while the Ultimates just got rocked by the Ultimate Hulk. They crash land into this farm field where the Ultimates are. Captain Marvel explains that America Chavez is one of the keys to saving everything. Captain America's like, yeah, you're not taking her anywhere, not as long as I have something to say about it. They break out into a brief scuffle, but we realize just how powerful these ultimate guardians of the galaxy are. Star-Lord, master of the solar system, lord of the 12 houses and the land beyond the sun. What? The ultimate nullifier, in the back alleys of Pandemonium, shot Mephisto through the heart with his what bullet? As She-Hulk tries to rush in, he says there is no need to struggle. There is nothing to struggle against. The crazy part about him shooting Mephisto with that old bullet is that he single-handedly erased the concept of eternal suffering from that universe. So when he point that blick at her and say, bam,
there's no way out of this one. You're done.
Then we have Cosmo the Star Stalker, one of the few dogs who stayed behind to protect humanity after all canines ascended. Cosmo's telepathic power is the reason they were able to find America. 5,000 years in the future, he was able to sniff out her location. What? But the Maker has somehow amputated history from her past. Captain Marvel explains that they were in a relationship and that we already seen what the future looks like. You don't have the power to fight this, brother. The 61st century had to literally leave the timeline as a whole in a century ship because he was erasing universes. We have ridiculous teams trying to fight him. Captain Universe, the Star Brand, Molecule Boy, Gerard the Phoenix, even Gary the wielder of the Infinity Gauntlet. 10 billion descendants of the Incredible Hulk on Planet Hulk tried to hold back the erasure of existence with their bare hands. He left the bloated corpse of Lifebringer Galactus to just fester and create unspeakable evils. One of his wildest feats is that the Maker has sealed off a 62-year period of time and space that no one can penetrate except for America. This brother has a resume that's worth being a top 5 villain in Marvel history. I hope you get where I'm coming from. The winner here is the maker. You know I appreciate you, and let me know what you think.